So today we are going to discuss almost 1.5 hours about the market in the Middle East for IT, data engineering, and also, not just about the Middle East market. I would also compare some of the other markets with the Middle East. Hope I'm able to. Am I audible to you guys? Is there any problem from my side? Please let me know. If it is clear, we are good to go. So I just wanted to know my audio, microphones, and all these are fine. So if okay, someone just please acknowledge me whether my mic and audio are perfect.
It's working, Naveen.
It's great. Thank you.
All good.
Yeah, great. So we'll just, first of all, I have some agenda actually. So let me share the screen. Where is the screen share? Okay. So I made a small presentation. I have a short agenda for this meeting, which covers almost the global market current status, because the market is not. I should use the right word. Actually, market is not good globally for any business, and also the transformation, and how Middle East is different from the global market. That yes, definitely Middle East is unique. Those who worked in Middle East, you must be knowing this region slightly well than the others. But I can let you know about how this region evolved. That is one of the most important thing, and also how this region is planning to accomplish a lot of things, because every organization, every country, organizations and the regional businesses will have their targets for 2025, 2026, and how the region is evolving, what kind of activities are happening in the region. Those actually gives a lot of opportunities for us, and also the benefits of getting into this region, the disadvantages, what let's say what are the possible disadvantages here. So we'll talk about all of them, and what are the technologies being used here for long term, and what are the technologies they're planning to get next, and how certain things. I have not added something about the AI stuffs, which are actually extremely going well right nowadays in the region. But I have some comments on how people are using AI in the region, and how I have few comments on how the AI has been assumed here. So that is, I will also share it. But honestly, that's going to be my personal comment based upon my observations. Some of them takes it more serious. Some of them doesn't have proper data, but they want everything to be there. But there are opportunities. I'm in this region. We work for the Middle East customers, Europe. Now we are also getting into US market, where we know how the customers are. Like expecting what kind of solutions they need, how faster they're planning to achieve certain things. Those are actually making this market slightly unique than the other market. So I'll also let maybe if you have some of your entrepreneur friends who wish to get into this region, you can directly route them to me, because I have very good experience here. Like, see, the evolution of IT is always 5 6 years. I cannot say 15 years ago this region was like this. No, 15 years ago everywhere, every part of the world was different. So the IT is the mainstream which evolves much faster than all the that's what the whole world is focusing on: digitization. How digitization happens? Everything has to be modified, upgrade, tech refreshes should happen. The power of data has been revealed, and we'll talk about all of them, and focus on cloud. Yes, the whole world is now cloud focused. But honestly, there are a few customers of us, not here in the Middle East, but in the Europe and US, are looking for hybrid cloud, because the cloud was used in wrong way at most of the customers, where some partial tech refreshes are happening on utilizing the cloud in a proper way. For example, uh, we have seen few jobs running in one of an insurance customer. I don't want to mention the name, but I don't want to mention the region as well, because they are one of the very big insurance company. We have seen some jobs which just run within 2-3 seconds, but the container size, which means the Spark container size of those jobs are 48 GB. I mean, and it has multiple cores which are extremely big in numbers for a reasonably a good amount of a big job which takes a reasonable amount of data. We were actually asked to assess the infrastructure because they were having huge bills, and their team was defending themselves. Normally nobody accepts the mistakes, or nobody try to blame within them. That's a good organization. Actually, an organization which blames someone is not healthy. But internally they know the mistakes, but they wanted to have an external entity to assess it and give the report, and we clearly found that all the jobs are having same parameters, which is not healthy. So these are actually happening here as well. So the better utilization of cloud is a learning. So those learnings are getting applied in the Middle East, and also in the other countries, the utilization of partial cloud. I mean, I would say partial on-premises has been started because of the great containerized based solutions which are available, and cloud ready things where you can use on premises, and also you can use cloud. These are experiments now which is happening 2025, 2026. We'll discuss about focus on cloud and job demand, how to find a job, which is one of the a complicated process, but I will let you know the reality, because I am not an Instagram influencer or influencer on LinkedIn who just write that, okay, it's extremely easy to get a job here and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to tell anything like that. I'll give you the honest feedback about the job demands here, how to find a job, what is the duration normally people take, the lucky and the unlucky people, or I would say the one who takes time. So I mean, like it has a lot of factors involved. So I will let you know how these factors, I mean, influence you or empowers you to get a job here, and then the Q&A. Okay, so let's get into the session. I will call you for a Q&A, so you can be on mute. So we'll focus the Q&A. Okay, first of all, about me, my name is Navneet Babu Chalathurai. I am actually from India. I have around 14 years of experience in IT. I started my career as a normal data engineer. On a service company working for a US customer, where I got some interesting thing from a customer where even I was not aware of what word they were using. They were using Hadoop during a tech meeting. My manager pointed out my name and my lead. So he said that these guys were working on Hadoop. We actually heard it as Adobe. We thought, why this guy is talking about Adobe? We have no idea about it. We work on MicroStrategy, SQL, IBM data stage. So why is he is mentioning something like evening? He shared some links about it was 2011. Okay, so evening 2011 or 2012. So nearly around the 2011 end of year and 2012 evening, he shared some links about Hadoop, big data, big data. That time we were having something called Big Data University. Then somehow we started doing a basic setup on Linux machines, and because we had to do a demo with the customer in another 1 week. So we did a demo where we were not even aware of how the Hadoop works. Then we learned actually. That was the time when we connected with few people in US and other few techies who did some contributors of Hadoop. The few people who have done a lot great things on Hadoop, I was able to connect with them, and then we started doing basic things. I got my first Cloudera certified in 2012, and then it started. I was working with few product companies in India, and then I got hired by a Cloudera consulting company for training. I was one of the youngest trainer in the world. I got the licenses, because Cloudera training you need to be a certified trainer. You have to attend 2 to 3 hours of interviews. They go through a lot of questions. So I cleared a developer, admin, data analyst, and AI modules as well. I mean AI modules after 2015, 2016. So I've come 8, 9 months. I was working as a full-time trainer. Then I felt okay. I'm not getting much hands dirty. I was repeating the same thing, but myself, I was not learning much, which was extremely bad. So I told, okay, I'll do the training as a part-time. So I want to get into consulting stuff. I joined a mortgage company in India, in Chennai, and then I was working for them 2 years, and then I got extremely great confidence to start my own company along with the training. So I started my own company in 2018. Then I got a project in Belgium, Netherlands, and then I was doing some outsourcing and also the scope-based projects for the customers. And then I got an opportunity to collaborate with a Middle East company, Gulf Consulting. It was an old company, but I joined and then I got a partnership with the company. In 2020, we planned it, then COVID hit. Then I had to stay in India. I have to focus on the revenue. So I was doing my trainings. I have completed 140 batches of big data training, which includes Spark, Kafka, Cloud, Azure-based, Databricks, NiFi, end-to-end big data modules. I've completed 45 Cloudera batches and then 140 plus trainings, 7,000 plus participants across the globe. I was preferred trainer for very big names. Because I was mostly concentrating corporate training. I go to the premises and I conduct the training. I mean, like then during the COVID, I also started some public batches, but 2022, 2021, end of 2021, I stopped my trainings because I came to UAE. I mean, like from 2018, I used to come here because I was having US visa. I just come here as a on arrival, then I stay here 2 weeks, then I go back to India or wherever I get my next assignments. But from 2021, I'm fully here. So I've focused on data engineering. I have a team of data engineers who are working on my organizations. I have two companies here now, one for outsourcing and one for thing. And also we are focusing on ESG and other areas, which are the evolving business. The team expertise on whole migrations, EI. Now we have few AI projects, we have few end-to-end migration projects, cloud optimizations, which is the key term nowadays, hotspot. People have messed the cloud environment, especially on data side. So we are optimizing it properly. So that's how IT works. I mean, I don't blame anybody because everybody learn and do something. Someone have to correct it at one point. So that is what happening now. And we are also doing modern data architecture based on Iceberg, Dramayo, Minayo, Trino. So it's based upon the use cases. We are not directly going and suggest them go with Iceberg, go with this one. Somebody would be happy with Postgres, but they expect Iceberg. We are giving some right suggestions, and people are now accepting it. Earlier, when I say you don't have much data, you don't need Hadoop or you don't need this, and also we were not having much options like Postgres getting evolved this much. So now we are suggesting some customers, boss, you don't need to get into Iceberg at this moment, or create your staging on a Postgres and then move the data to a data lake. Eventually, the data lake will be powerful, something like that. The people are having now vision to accept it. Earlier, it was not. So it's becoming good for us to implement this modern data architecture because many companies are now looking for alternative solutions, no vendor lock-in. All these are the buzzword, and also they wanted to have a containerized solution so they can port this solution to anywhere else without code change when they face some issues with the vendor or when they face the cost effectiveness or cost issues with the vendor. So these are the things which the companies are actually focusing on. So day in, day out, we work on all these things, and I'm still blessed to be having hands-on with some of the activities. So I don't want to lose the hands-on. So that's what. And okay, coming to the focus. So the current state of IT is, yeah, I mean, so there are a lot of slowness, I would say that there is no drop actually. There is a slowness in the market because of, you know, uh, because of the need for digital transformation, the budget allocations from the organizations and all these things are actually reducing. Again, it's all aligned with the cost, because there were few stability issues from different governments, different countries, the elections and all these things happened. And it made a lot of people to postpone their certain investments or delay the investments, stock market issues, certain changes on the AI side. The LLM models are coming from different directions, and those are uh, kind of collapsing, or I would say that not making the platform stable. So there is a drop. 2024, post 2024. September, we started seeing more stops, and certain budgets were not being allocated comparing the last years. That again intend to the reduce in the IT investments. These are happening around the world, not just in one country. Everywhere it is happening, and everyone wants to save the cost. How do they save the cost? What kind of methodologies? Most probably, how do I effectively utilize the resources? The resources are nothing but the candidates, the people who work. How can we effectively utilize? Who can be the consolidating the poor performance? I have one of my friend who is running a company, who just go to other companies as a project management consultants, and they filter out the set of people who are not being much useful to the companies. So these are hard truth actually, but there are companies hiring these kind of companies to reduce their headcounts or make the people effectively work. So these are the heart of all the things, because when they have no other option to show the profit, there is an opportunity here. Okay, so these are happening, and companies have to compensate investors. Yeah, because every companies every year, at least some new investors or investing holding companies will have new policies and the new terms and conditions. They definitely have to respect them, because they are the heart of all the organizations. So they have to compensate the investors in the right way. So they try to reduce all the possible things, because now if you say it's 2025, the one who invested in 2021 or 2022 during the COVID time, they expect returns now. So how can, if a company is not doing extremely a profitable business, or due to the slowdown, if it is getting affected, they have only way to find the possibilities of cost reduction. And the next positive things are advancement on cloud market. That's the reason why, I always suggest people to learn the cloud, any cloud. But if you want to learn cloud, go to Microsoft Challenge. Microsoft is having a very good portal. You don't have to pay anybody anything, and you don't. Everybody are showing videos. You can go through Microsoft videos, okay, which will be the best. So, and they have given extremely good hands-on modules. So, which many people are not aware, because Microsoft doesn't want to promote their training. But it is good that you go through Microsoft modules. And if you want to get a good certificate, GCP has the most valuable cloud certificate, and AWS, whichever, it depends upon your choice. But the learning cloud is very straightforward. If you learn one cloud, you are actually uh, yet to explore the other clouds, because the names are different, the components will be almost same. So don't hesitate yourself, or just surround yourself saying I'm only an Azure guy. Just take a AWS free tier and go through what are there, and what kind of, you will see almost 70-80% same. This is very well known to the people. So only the hesitation of yours are going to be the barrier actually. Please take it out. And depreciating skills and technology. Where is the word data science? Now it's all Gen AI. Now again, it is evolving to agentic AI. So the people who call themselves as data scientists are now becoming Gen AI, and the data engineers are big. I'm extremely confused with this job title. Gen AI data engineer. There is Gen AI data engineer is not actually a proper term for you to define. You are, if you are a data engineer, you have a different skill. Yeah, AI and this is because of the pollutions in the LinkedIn, which are actually promoting certain models to data engineers in terms of cost, the revenue what they have to generate. You can learn Gen AI, but it is one of your additional skills, and these skills are not going to be stable. Next sometime, I mean, even now that the agent AI is overtaking all these things. So be very strong on the core skills like data engineers. I've interviewed few Gen AI guys who couldn't write a basic SQL. Then it's useless. So be very strong with the core. So understand if you are getting into a role, understand the base of the role. So what is required? Okay, you need to be very good in SQL. You need to be very good in Python, or you need to understand the concepts like Gen AI, sorry, this one, CI/CD, data governance, data modeling. So you be strong at yourself. Like it's something like, uh, you know, just doing a tumble workout for hand when you are in gym. You have to do the whole body workout actually. So you cannot just show a very big arm and but you have a skinny leg, something like that. So you should definitely become strong on the basics and understand which and I'm not discouraging anybody who learned the new technology. You should learn it, but have your base proper. And restricted investment or innovations, yes, when there is a delay or when there is some slowness on the from the investor, the innovations will be slightly less. But nowadays it's picking up. The innovations are happening as well. And I would say the market is neutral now, and post the second near to the third quarter, the market will actually becoming better. It's becoming better, and there will be some good things, and the moment the countries will be much more stable. I would say that the market within India is good, but the for the other country businesses, it's actually getting impacted. Likewise, UAE market is actually good. The Middle East market is good. It's as usual going good, and there are a lot of new companies coming in. DAFC, which is like Dubai Investment Financial Hub, which is having extreme set of new startups coming in, and there are a lot of great innovations are happening in the Middle East, especially in the UAE and Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is focusing more. They had some issues on planning something and on the reality, the implementations and other stuffs were actually they give a lot of hype. But nowadays they know what to be done. The base has to be corrected. They are transforming business from the scratch actually. The good companies in Saudis or the good organization, banks, telecos are actually scratching their base to be the better so that they know what targets they can keep. So these are actually happening, which are actually good signs, which means there are more opportunities for people who would like to come here for the job. And also the people who are here, you have some opportunities. So I mean, like, I can let you know some companies which are struggling. Maybe since I'm going to put it on YouTube, I don't want to mention some company names, but there are some companies struggling. Where if you are finding an opportunity here, or if you attend some interviews, just ping me in LinkedIn. I'll reply you or whether to choose some companies or not. I mean, it's not about the contract companies. It's about the base company itself. Some organizations who are giving contract to 50 companies, where we are one among the companies. I don't take certain people to certain positions. See, some of them who are having extreme issues in the job, they'll be okay with certain jobs and they want to take some risk. But some of you are in a proper position and you don't have to take some risk. That is the suggestion I'm giving actually. Some people need a job. I would say, okay, these are the risks in this job, and you already have some issues, stability issues. If you are willing to take this risk, I'll be more honest because I know and now I'm understanding how these markets are actually behaving. There are companies who give promises, but they don't bother about it. So I know which are the companies to be trusted more, which are the companies who just throw promises like anything. So I'm actually inheriting those thoughts to the people so that they understand because they are going to be giving their time, their dedication towards the work. So they should know, is it going to be worthful one? That is one of the most important. You cannot just spend all your time on a company which doesn't bother about you, just throw you out next month if they don't have budget. That is a risk for you, okay? And you'll not you move here with all your dreams, and then suddenly they close the contract. So it's all going to be. I mean, like, those details I cannot discuss in the call, but I can let you know personally when you ping me in LinkedIn. You say, okay, Navneet, I have an offer from blah 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 bank. Should I take it? I know this is the team. They have interviewed me. I can suggest you whether you have to take it more serious or you can look for other opportunities because of their internal issue. Because this country is not too big. It's small. It's like the size of Kerala or the size of Haryana, something like that. So this is a very small. Saudi Arabia is a big country, but still there are two, three cities which are actually Riyadh, Jeddah, and other few small cities which are having all the businesses. So understanding the market is good, and I always do networking. I connect with a lot of people. Even today, I have to meet two set of people. Like I'm going to one place in another maybe after around 1:30, which is 3 o'clock in India. I go and meet one person, and then evening I have a meeting with another person. So I grow my network rapidly. So I with those information, I'm consolidating and getting into it. So I'll let you know how the market grows. Middle East countries and their IT plan, yes. The reason why I have added Saudi Arabia as the first is, yes, they have a lot of that's a big country comparing the other countries, and they have good investment, and they are now focusing on non-oil business, which should be their highest priority, like getting a proper banking systems, digitizations within their every organizations, proper telecommunications protocols, and payment applications. A lot of things are coming in Saudi. Riyadh and Jeddah, if you look for opportunities. These are the places where you have to check. Just give me a minute. So Riyadh and Jeddah, you have to find these jobs, and you can check jobs in these locations. There are a lot of banks hiring. March, post March, because Ramadan is approaching, there will be some slowdown in the market in the whole Gulf region, because people will be having the fasting, and there will be some reduction in the work hour, and the focus on certain areas will be mostly the hiring will be slightly reduced. So you have to, if you want to focus more, learn now. Maybe it's almost March, so don't you will get less opportunities in the March. After the first week of April, there will be some more pickups, but don't if you these are the reality, okay? Because we are here for almost my partner is here since the 90s, and he always tell a lot of stories how this Ramadan period has evolved. Now the businesses are happening, everything works, but there will be slowdown because of the commitment of people on the fasting and others. That is something which is a more special thing. And so that's one thing. And the next important thing, the country which has grown a bit digitized, focused on digitization and non-oil businesses are going well is UAE. UAE is actually having good uh, businesses and other stuffs happening in Abu Dhabi. We all know UAE as Dubai. Dubai is actually a tourist hotspot, but the heart of everything is actually Abu Dhabi. More investments, more organizations, more committees, and all these are actually based out of Abu Dhabi, where it doesn't mean like Dubai doesn't have jobs. 40% of UAE jobs or 50% of UAE jobs are focused on Abu Dhabi. That is what many people are not doing. They just check jobs in Dubai, but Abu Dhabi is 120 kilometers from Dubai, and it's all like same country. Abu Dhabi is the capital of UAE. So you have to check jobs in Abu Dhabi as well. Uh, Abu Dhabi has a lot of jobs, a lot of banks, a lot of telecommunications. Government entities are hiring. Uh, health health companies are hiring healthcare, insurance, healthcare aggregators. So a lot of things are there in Abu Dhabi when comparing Dubai. And the next important city, as I know, as you everybody know, Dubai. Dubai has a lot of jobs, and the cost of living in the UAE is high in Dubai. Comparing these two top cities, cost of living is very high in Dubai. But Dubai has an alternative of nearby Sharjah, where people are traveling. But there is a huge traffic between these cities. Even now, inside Dubai, some places are extremely getting crowded, but government is modifying the roads. It's definitely not like Bangalore and Pune, but Chennai as well now, because I went to Chennai and Bangalore recently, and I feel similar things. But the government here are improving, like the Alkhail Road and other few area, the new areas which are there are actually improved, and some places which I got stuck for almost 15 minutes are now 2 minutes. They have reduced it. They make an achievement, but still between Sharjah, Ajman, and Dubai, there are traffic because of few areas which are actually getting better, and there are a lot of focuses which are still there. So that's what this country is improving. Maybe when you plan 2026, there will be uh, there will be something different. Some other. Just give me a minute. Okay, there will be more new things which will be coming, and which will reduce the traffic. So you can find, if you're in Dubai, you can find Sharjah as an alternative place to stay with some affordable cost. Also Ajman is not too far comparing Sharjah, and people in India, we are used to have 1 hour travel to the work, so it's all good. And in Abu Dhabi, people are using Align as an alternative, so it's all becoming good. And the next is Qatar. Qatar is actually having, Qatar is a very small country, I would say. When comparing UAE itself, Qatar is a very small country. So you have only limited number of banks, limited number of organizations in Qatar, which are actually good. The next is Oman. Oman is a very slow country. They are technologically backward. They are first of all, I would say UAE itself, UAE in Saudi Arabia itself is 3 years minimum behind the world. Let's say this is a great thing to discuss. Uh, m- the the cloud adoptions or the new technology adoptions, the people, the CTOs of the company, CDOs of the company, they go to the conferences and they say, I have a lot of things, but it will be extremely small quantity. Maybe one team out of 100 have done the AI, and they project it as a great thing which is happening. That is common in this region, that boosting up and beefing up the stories are common. But if you get into the organization, you will be still working on something which was developed in 2005, and the technologies which are old. These are common. The banks would say, I'm an extreme cloud savvy, but internally they have a lot of data quality issues, which and they have a lot of policies which doesn't allow them to port most of the data to the cloud because of the regional things. Because the banks here would have their branches and the businesses in Oman, Pakistan, Jordan, and a few other countries which doesn't have a proper cloud policy. Or they don't allow the data to be on cloud based upon certain regional restrictions. Okay, so everybody used to say that, oh, I'm actually up to the market, but it's all a kind of a basic. I should use this word. It's all like POCs. Okay, maybe some focus team in some banks which I know are actually doing it well, but also they have their base still in the old technology. The data subscriptions, the data sources are from the old technology. So it's not like what you think, like in US and Europe, you have Japan, you have a great digital transfer. That's not happening here internally. And some banks and some organizations are extremely happy to expose that, okay, I'm still not into cloud, and I'm still using the old Hadoop infrastructures and all those things. So that's what I'm trying to say is this region itself is slightly older. That's why many people who are working here are more concerned, what would I do if I go to India, because India is far ahead than what I work. I have some issues on getting into this cloud as a first way. I met one guy who works as an architect in a very big bank here. He is more worried. He doesn't want to. He want to show his more dependency to the job, because if he loses the job, or if the organization doesn't want him, he cannot get a job as per him actually. But then I gave him an idea that, okay, you go through all these things, you just do all these things in cloud. At least you'll have your confidence that, okay, you can do something in cloud. Not everybody, he is very good. He is a very good techie. He has done extremely great things, a research oriented guy. He has some patents even, patents even. So, but still, he has a thought that, okay, this is something, a reality. Okay, this region is not extremely great on technology. Every country, okay, UAE is far better than other countries, I would say, but still, it's like 1 or 2 years, 3 years behind the technological competition. Oman is much behind. Kuwait, I don't know, like it's a very dry country, dry in the sense technologically itself dry country where the decision makers are taking a lot of time. The expats are moving out of Kuwait because of the opportunities, but Kuwait is now saying you can take ownership. But still, it takes time for the country like Kuwait to come up because they have now oil, they have abundance of oil in the region. So they are not now focusing on non-oil businesses, but there are some opportunities. And the Jordan is actually becoming great here. They are becoming competition to all of us because the data engineering and other stuff, people are coming from more from Jordan. Egypt is also giving tough competition because of one strong reason. Okay, Jordan, Egypt, Pakistan are actually having more techies coming here in the UAE because Indians are costly. And also the companies look for alternatives, and also the companies look for more diversity. Some companies actually, when you say if someone is planning to give 25,000 as a budget, we Indians have a very great habit of get finding 3, 4 offers and choose one where that those are the DNA offers. So the companies are actually worried about it here because getting an offer here sometimes is 2, 3 months process. And that's one thing. And the other nation people who can talk Arabic or something are some very good advantages. They are coming on low cost actually. So they wanted to try. Why can't I try somebody from Jordan? Why can't I try somebody from Pakistan? Why can't I try somebody from Egypt? So this mentality is now available, and also the diversity and Emiratization, Saudization, which means they are now preferring certain jobs more to the locals, and they are educating the local people who are actually becoming good. I work with few PhDs holders in both the region, both the countries. They are extremely good, and they are also inheriting those knowledges to the local community, which is actually becoming good. That is needed for any country. And the next is diversity. Uh, the organizations wants to have multiple people. Even in my organization, we have people from Netherlands, Poland, Syria, India, Pakistan, so Vietnam. So these are actually the spread we have to do. If we cannot have 100 out of 100 as an Indian or 90 out of 100 as an Indian, something like that, we should actually because the visa diversity changes, and the bigger organizations are looking for white people, especially from the Europe, US, for certain C roles. And there is a question which one person asked last time. I have a US passport. Can I be considered as a US citizen? Actually, they look for race. Okay, you still have some privileges, some extra salaries you will get if you are holding US passport or US uh, kind of citizenship or Europe citizenship, but still they look for a different set of people to show the diversity. That is most important thing. This is a show-off country, show-off region. So they wanted to show diversity, especially on the office photo. Honestly, on the photos, and they wanted to show that okay, I have a this guy leading this, blah blah blah. Okay, it's all. This is the reality. I mean, like there is nothing to hide. So that's what the Middle East countries, if you want to focus, Saudi Arabia is actually having a lot of opportunities. UAE is actually having opportunities which are growing as well. And the third should be Qatar. The last three, you can actually don't. I mean, like if you have some good jobs from the good organizations, yes, happy to take, but expect less. And okay, the reason for drastic IT developments in Middle East is non-oil economy, target and safe banking platforms, which is actually becoming good. Tourism hub, laced plans to enhance trade route. Yes, you could see the Dubai port, Abu Dhabi ports are actually getting a hell lot of things, and Emirates Airlines, Etihad Airlines are becoming the top airlines by having this region as a trade route. It's a transit hub, I would say, in the middle of the world, transit hub. So that's the reason why, and it's very easy to come Dubai now. If you want to go to India, let's say for Chennai, Bangalore, Trivandrum, but the Mumbai, and all these places, uh, you know, the ticket starts from 10,000 to 12,000, which is even sometimes to Chennai to Delhi, Trivandrum to Delhi, or to Mumbai is actually for 10,000. So the ticket rates are extremely good sometimes, and the ticket rates are extremely high even at some time due to the leaves and other things which are here. But it's not very complicated to come to Dubai, and taking a tour visa, it's around 8,000, 8,500 rupees in India. You can take a tour visa for 1 month and you can come here, which is very easy for UAE. In Saudi, it's slightly complicated. Taking a Saudi business visa, Saudi tour visa, it takes 2, 3 months. Sometimes business visa definitely take 3 months. And now they have regulations coming up on business visa because last time the people who went to Saudi on business visa were actually crowding the Hajj and other few things which they were not having proper control. So they want to reduce it. So the tourist with the business visa and the visa regulations are slightly becoming tough in Saudi. Uh, so that's one thing. But UAE has an extremely open thing. Now they have opened what is that visa free for the citizens of sorry, the residents of Singapore, Japan, and a few other countries. If you are US UK residents, you can come here for visa free. Likewise, there are new policies coming, and investments from the Western countries are there. The regional headquarters of the companies are being set up in Dubai or Abu Dhabi or Riyadh. Sometimes both the countries are having regional headquarters because Saudi was having some plans to show their regional headquarters in Saudi for the Middle East. So the companies are working and increased workforces. Workforces in the sense earlier Dubai was famous for the laborers, the construction workers, and other stuffs. Where now in Indians are now coming for the IT jobs, some better jobs than the previous one. The that's what increased workforces in the sense, not in the labor side. Labor side, nowadays I could see Bangladeshis, Pakistanis, Nepalis are actually taking some jobs which earlier Indians were doing it. So the evolution is actually towards IT, where a lot of people are coming here for the jobs and getting into bigger positions. But as I mentioned, I should also use this term very well. Diversity is actually stopping some of their positions because I have a friend who worked for a bank here. He cannot get into the next position because the next position is reserved for Emiratis or from Europe or US citizens, which are actually a part of their certain job descriptions. Even if you are searching for job here, you would see some job descriptions explicitly say Emiratis only. Honestly, that is needed for this country because the whole ecosystem has to be properly set up. So the local also have to be in the ecosystem. So they'll be understanding how it goes. That's how the nation grows. They are extremely have visionary about it, and it's good. But also, we should not consider this as an impact because this is not our mother country. This is somewhere we come and work. So we have to just see the opportunities, positive and negative side, and we have to work. So if they have decided to give some position to Westerners, yes, fine, they can do it. So that's what that's the reality. So I'm here to talk about the reality. I'm here to educate you the reality because you should in India, every month here we change our job role. We have 8%, 10%, 15% hike, and we still be worried about it. Oh my God, I got only 15%. This if you go out of India, nowhere you get hikes every year. So it should be. This is actually a kind of a pampering thing that's happened in India, I would say, giving hikes, giving all these perks. Indian IT people are more pampered, like 3-year-old, 2-year-old actually. But when you come out of India, you will not have this kind of role changes. And it's still like I don't know, it became a tradition of India. But you will not have what is it, role changes here much frequently, and the salary changes are not actually like India, where you can you can actually talk to your HR and ask for a salary revision, or threaten your managers to give a salary revision. If not, I go to a different organization. Those are actually not going to be a practice here, because first of all, here getting a job is difficult, and getting the next job is much more difficult. So you come here, focus on one work for 1 year or 2 year, when to show the proper job history here. So that is most important. Uh, and as yes, as somebody was telling, India is actually paying well. Yes, India is paying well, but advantage here is no tax. India is also doing good regulations and tax, which are actually uh, uh, great. And also this UAE is actually focusing on, yeah, someone mentioned that inflation-based thing actually. The costs are properly controlled. Let's say, example, the food cost and the commodities are being properly controlled in these countries, where you can get always an apple for 5 dirhams or a 6 dirhams, which is actually been it's a proper parity. It's not like in India, where sometimes the apple costs 400, sometimes it costs 200. This has been properly controlled, because they have trade from all over the world, and social improvements are happening. There are a lot of things happening on the ESG side. And the one, I don't want to say this as a good thing, but the cost of dirhams are actually going up when comparing Indian cost. When I came here, it was 19 or something. When I came here first, it was 15 or 16. Not even, it's lesser than that actually. So now it is 23 point something. So that is actually, I mean, like, honestly, I'm not getting into the political things. But for somebody who saves the money in dirhams, it is actually it increased actually. It's like it increases more than 7-8% sometimes. There are some people who has some statistics about it. So these are, I would say, like, good for someone moving out of India and have some savings. Okay, so nothing internally, no internal politics. I don't want to talk about it. So, and high safety for the expats. Yes, Dubai or even Saudi Arabia is safety. But honestly, I feel like this is how can this country be such safe to, I mean, not about women's safety particularly, overall safety. Okay. So anywhere in the UAE, you go to Umm Quwain, you go to Ras Al Khaimah, Fujairah. It's not like, see, sometimes we say, oh, I go to the south part of Delhi, I go to this part of Pune, it's not safe. This part of Hyderabad is not safe. This part of Chennai is not safe. No, it's not like that. Every corners of this country is safe. And, they have very strict regulations, and, the westernization is actually here. You can get into a lot of recreational areas, I would say, are here, and it's all building up. But it takes but along with that, the safety is also there. So these are the reasons actually for, and also the more towards getting into the technology sides. See, everybody are focusing now on we have everything like India. We have this 15 minutes delivery from various different vendors, and you have this food delivery, multiple food delivery options. You have packages delivery. We have the robo AI delivery. You could see, I would have seen videos where Dubai is having robo delivery. Very good healthcare system. I seriously, I like the healthcare system here. It is all it's like India. Not like I know people in UK and other countries literally cry when they want to go to the hospital because of the wait time, hospital like reasons. But here, you can go to any hospital nearby, clinic nearby, and you can consult a GP within 30-40 minutes. So healthcare system is good. But if you have a basic insurance, you'll be covered. So all these are good when you compare this. Okay, see, these questions which I are asking about the job things, I'll explain you during the Q&A. So these countries, Saudi Arabia and UAE, are actually having a lot of new things coming, and they are establishing a greater banking system, better banking system, very good airlines. You could have seen my previous post in LinkedIn. I gave the list of companies which are actually hiring people. Now even I validated it and I shared it. So it's all happening here. And also the Western countries are pouring a lot of investments here because they want to build this as a regional hub, and a lot of data centers are coming in. Amazon, AWS, Google, everybody are having their local data center. DRs are there. So IT, no other reason. Okay, IT is booming here. Okay, when comparing the other nations, IT is booming very well in UAE and Saudi Arabia. So no other choice, no other talks about it. Technologies preferred. Okay, I told you that technologies are slightly behind. These are the technologies which are actually uh, kind of being used for most of the places where, if you see the data and others. For example, the full stack side, yes, you have this React JS, Angular, and Node middleware, and other few middlewares are there. Proper GitHub integrations, containerizations, DevOps side, proper containerization methodologies are being used, end-to-end proper DevOps. I would say the DevOps are actually challenging here because if you work for a US company, you already have some cloud ready or some close to cloud things. Whereas here, what is it? The salary stuffs are actually been kind of sorry the sorry the this one the DevOps okay, coming to this point because I got deviated by one of the chat. Okay, so this coming to the DevOps side, here it's all from traditional to the cloud ready. So your work will be slightly challenging. So you definitely have to spend more challenging times along with this the reality. But when comparing in US, already these barriers have been crossed. So you have sometimes smooth DevOps, and honestly, I've seen one to few projects, product reviews, where in 2 3 years, the people from DevOps are also actually have risk because complete automated DevOps things are coming. Everywhere the AI are actually taking some portion where we have to be very close to the technology so that we escape from the effects of evolution. So here, yes, there are companies who are using CDP, which are actually now planning to move out of it and get into alternative architecture, cloud or something because of the less innovations which are happening in the cloud era. And also, that's why I always repeat, the people who are Cloudera admins have their last resort as UAE and the Middle East. But now, please, 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 don't think you get a job if you are a Cloudera admin. Maybe very, 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 very less, and you should be extremely lucky because the companies have already decided in another 1 or 2 years they'll be moving out of. Even if you get a job, you don't have a long term here. So if you are a Cloudera admin, yes, it's good to learn something else and get into different technology. Cloudera is actually almost losing their race. Okay. And it's something like somebody who's in ICU. So that's one thing. And Postgres, yes, Postgres is the great thing. Everywhere now Postgres I could see. Postgres is actually, I would say it's not an old one. It's a thing. Yeah, Golang is actually having great thing here. And then Oracle ecosystems are being extensively used. SAP ecosystem has been extensively used, but everybody thinks to SAP replacement, but they know they are not finding proper alternatives here. And what happened was the technology and all the evolutions. The Indian IT companies, which are actually the service companies, have came here and some of 2 3 years they have exploited a lot of things here in the UAE. I should use this word exploitation. Yes, because the proposals were not handled properly, and a lot of things happened because of the service companies came here and they've deployed people. Let's say this region, if they have a work to do for 10 people, giving 3 experienced person are not going to work. That's the reason why we are actually growing as a local company here, where we have people ready for all the things, and we are giving them right candidates for all the jobs. But now the UAE is actually now focusing on giving more to the local company. That is which we are seeing eventually, where the Indian service companies are winning less business when comparing the local. And also coming to the technology side, Informatica talent are being widely used on the ETL side, Power BI, Teradata, IBM tool stacks for all the development activities. Yes, I could see MongoDB everywhere. Mongo is actually one of the great thing. Here, Mongo is there, Microsoft SQL Server, Confluent. On the other side, hold on. I'll just talk about other technologies as well. So these are things. On the cloud computing is extremely going well. The cloud data engineers, architects, security, cloud security specialists are being actually been more welcome here, and the digital transformation is now the first step of digital transformation is considered as a cloud transformation. Yes, and coming to the data and analytics, yes, entirely data driven decision. See, but there are not much amount of data here because of it's a very small country. You cannot very less organizations are having petabytes. All the others are dealing with terabytes and other stuffs where the amount of data is actually less. And then the cyber security jobs are extremely going well. There are actually the need for cyber securities are more here. There are a lot of companies are now establishing more security features, end-to-end security. So cyber security this is a hub for cyber security, I would say. Software development, end-to-end software development, front-end developer, middleware developer, testers, uh, automation testing. I'm not seeing much manual testing here. Complete automation testing, and full stack back-end, front-end developers. Angular, React, Golang, some even the full stack guys with LLM. All these are actually happening because if you see data, there is some lag in the market, I would say. But in full stack side, in the software development side, this market is aligned with the world. So I should definitely use this term. On the software development side, the applications are extremely doing well. You could see the food delivery applications and other stuffs. See, the load is different. India has a massive load. Swiggy, Zomato in India are actually dealing Blinkit, and the others are dealing extremely big numbers. Though the numbers are not great here, but the application, the presentation, this country needs proper UI UX. If you are UI UX, you have a great job here, and but it's extremely challenging to get a job on the UI UX because there are the competition across the globe are happening here. So the software development side, full stack side, core, you have to be up to the market, up to the world. So okay, there is no because this country is doing as equal as other countries. And AI/ML blockchain has been evolved now. It's been not been used, but industrial IoTs are actually being used. A lot of IoT things, carbon captures and other stuffs are coming. AI, AR, VR, and all those things are actually coming. It's all the bots, the robots. You could see Dubai is using Talabat is using. The Talabat is a delivery app here. Talabat is using bots for delivery, and which is actually very good videos are there where the bots are actually stuck in the mud or in the sand for all this. These are funny videos, but it's an innovation. It's a part of the innovation. There are a lot of these kind of great innovations are happening here, and this area is becoming a testing ground for all these innovations. So all these are more good for the IT people because we are developing it. We are actually contributing it. And IT support and networking, yes, networking and other stuffs are still very good jobs here. There are a lot of companies and a lot of people who stay here for long term. For whom I have met are actually in networking and other areas, networking, cybersecurity. This is the hub. So coming to the job side, yes, you have all the areas which are properly, all the areas of ITs are actually having jobs here. Data, if you take data aside, the region is actually slightly far away, but it's not aligned with the overall globe. It's still 1 or 2 years far behind. But software development, it is up to the market. Cybersecurity, this is the top. And I would say this for others, like if I want to drill down, testers, yes, testers have the opportunities. What is it? The full stack engineers, front end, all these people are having opportunities. And if you want to think about other side, the procurement and all these areas, PMOs, project management is actually having a lot of opportunities. You have to do a proper PMP and if you are aligned with some technology, let's say banking-based project manager, you have long-term opportunities here. And whatever, like the areas which are more vital in the IT, it's all there. Yeah, and yeah, when like some questions I'll answer later, so there's not a because let me finish it and focus on cloud. See, this region is not cloud savvy, I would say, because very less companies are using cloud, and even those who expose their using cloud are using it in a minute level. Actually, that's what someone has written that I'm a Azure Databricks engineer. It's very tough to find a job here. Yes, correct, because take a bank. I know a bank. They call it themselves a digital bank, where they have only two teams using Databricks and one team using AI with all the things, Azure Databricks. So what is there? They just have out of 100 engineers, they may need only five people. Uh, kind of need they need. And also the reason I know some companies are now using local LLMs, which are not the cloud LLMs, which means they know that they cannot do certain things on cloud, certain data cannot, let's say transactional bots cannot run on cloud because of their regulations. Okay, so they need to have local LLMs who do the transactional analysis. So these are few things which are there. So you see, everybody says, okay, UAE and other stuffs are actually having a great, what is that, cloud focus and others, but it's not very wide like other countries. So and rise of local cloud has actually now gone because it's not up to the market. So the G42 itself has become Microsoft Azure now. The G42 is becoming out of this Huawei cloud. Now it is becoming Microsoft Azure. So that's one. Amazon has set up a lot of data centers and also a few other new data centers are coming up. GCP investment on UAE and Saudi. If you go to GCP, Saudi Arabia, it's purely about GCP. And Databricks on Azure as a dominance now. And Azure now also, this the new Azure things are actually coming up here. The complete Azure packages, everything are here. LLM and a lot of cloud practices are there. These are actually common. But if I want to let you know something very honestly, the what is that? The uh, cloud adoption is not extremely good as the other countries. So you will still have see some people even being hired as a cloud engineer, they are forced to work on, or I would say it's not forced. They are having more work on non-premises, okay, than the cloud, because one or two modules are in cloud. So you should know about this because they say, when the job description is there, sometimes it's all extremely cloud, but you have very less job in cloud. You just have to schedule some jobs, but most of the migrations are in on-premises. You may have to do the alteration in on-premises, and all those things are actually pretty common here. Okay, so focus on cloud is not so much here. And then, okay, let me start answering the question because okay, coming to the IT salaries, which I have already mentioned in the LinkedIn, is that let me open it once again. Hold on, because that is the post which gives you more clarity. So a few weeks ago. And the cost of things which I'll be explaining you. Is that okay? Coming to the salary stuffs. One second. Before 1 month. Um, See, I can tell you. pretty open here. The salaries for okay, salaries for the data engineers. I have actually post. I can share this. I'll compare this with the reality other jobs as well. Hope you can see my screen. So the salaries for the data engineers with 3 to 5 years, you can get up to 15,000 dirhams from 9,000 if it is a service company, and if it is a product company, 12,000 to 18,000 AED. If it is 9,000 AED, it is approximately 2 lakhs rupees in India. And if you wanted to get into this with 6 to 8 years, this is again applicable for the full stack DevOps, and testing will be slightly lesser. Okay, so this is something what the normal salary, maybe testing you can consider 10-15% lesser when comparing these things. And data engineers with 6 to 8 years experience, 12,500, 20,000 in service companies, and 15,000 to 23,000 ADs in the product companies. Again, this is applicable for DevOps, full stack, cybersecurity. Even cybersecurity can have again some lesser because of the demand. More people are coming. So these are the things. And senior data lead with 9 to 11 up to 26,000 and 2,000 to 30,000, 20,000 to 30,000 for the product companies. It depends upon your expertise, your okay, this is more important here. 9 to 11 can it's very complicated because you need to know about data modeling, data governance, cataloging, and a lot of other things. Dama, how many of you know about Dama? Just go and search about Dama. In data, you have to know about it. And if it is cloud, if it is other technologies, you should have proper certifications. You should have great privileges of cloud from the cloud, and not certifications in the sense, not the courses in the internet, but it should be from the cloud, because I've seen people coming up with some certifications which are not recognized, which cannot be recognized by, some learning from someone is not a certified actually certification actually. It should be from the entities like Microsoft, Databricks, or from other organizations similar. Okay. And data architect with 12 to 5, 23 to 32,000 in service companies, and 25 to 37,000, 12 to 15. The senior level people are actually 20 to 30,000, 20,000 to 30,000. These are the common things. There are a lot of companies which are actually paying extremely less salaries. That should be because I will let you know about the cost of living which I have posted there. So consider you are a 9 to 11 years, okay, and you have a family of 2 kids. Okay. And if you are staying in Dubai, you have to spend at least 5,000 to 6,000 dirhams for your rent. Okay. Because Dubai rent is extremely high. Okay. A data scientist salary is actually 10 to 15% higher than this. Okay. Because data scientist is slightly higher salary. So 10 to 15% higher than all these are the data scientist. AI, Gen AI, and all these are 10 to 20% higher salaries. Okay. Coming to the cost. If you are in Dubai with a 2 bedroom, you have to spend definitely 5,000 to 6,000 dirhams. But if you are in Sharjah, it is kind of a 4,000 to 5,000 dirhams. So, but you have to travel. You should have a car. So then next is uh, what is it? You definitely you have to send your kids to school if you are here with the family. The school cost here in Dubai is around 1,200, 1,500. I mean, minimum 1,000. Like there are some schools which are like 800, 900 dirhams, but average is 1,000 dirhams for thing. When the kids are bigger, 1,500 up to. So you have to spend 2,000 to 3,000 for the kids education in Dubai. Again, if it is Sharjah, it is half. Okay. Sharjah Ajman, it is half. The next is your food and other stuffs will your utilities like internet and other utilities. The cost the Diva bill, which is the electricity bill, and the chillers will come around 1,000 dirhams. So already your 10,000 dirhams are gone. Then you have your food and other expenses which will come around 2,000 to 2,500. So 12,000 to 12,500 is gone. The remaining is your saving. You can save, and whatever you can use on your personal things. Maybe if you're 9 to 11, you can save 8,000 to 9,000 dirhams, which is approximately 2 lakhs in India. And that's a good amount, because if you are earning the same money in different countries, you have to pay 20 to 25% to minimum as tax. Those are going to be their rental here. Okay. So if you want to save money, this country is the best. Okay. And also it's very close to India. It's like maximum 4.5 hours to any city in India, even Kolkata. So that's what. That's one thing about the cost of living and other stuffs. So, and also the dirham rate is increasing. So the exchanges are actually everything good here. And let me now check the chats. I'll start one by one. Let's Salary range I covered. How much time it takes? Okay. Finding a job in UAE or Saudi Arabia is slightly painful because it's not like India where you get 4 to 5 calls a week and you can get 5 to 6 offers and then negotiate for the better offer. These dramas cannot happen here. Okay. So the job in UAE or the finding a job in UAE is extremely tough. And there is a myth and the talks in the market that you have to be under referrals. Yes, it is not uh, false. It is true. Referrals are the most easiest way because I'm even referring a lot of people to my connects, and that's actually working well than the normal thing. But there are people who are coming through the websites which I have mentioned. You can see my previous LinkedIn post. I have even mentioned some websites like people are hiring through Indeed, BOYT, BAYT, Naukri Gulf, and all these things. But please make sure if someone is asking you to pay 300 dirhams to 500 dirhams for registration. And they say that, okay, after registration, you will be exposed to a lot of calls. This is fake. This is scam. Never pay anything for any company to attend interviews. That's a big scam. So I'm repeatedly telling everybody, don't get into such scams. So that's one thing. So the job, it depends sometimes. I've seen people getting job in 1 month. Service company jobs can be faster, but you have to talk to them about their contract. If it is 1 year contract, it is safe. And also, few banks here don't think banks are safe for you. Even here, some banks are actually, having some policies that they'll remove you without after the contract if they don't like you or you have an ego problem with them. That will be removed in 10, 15 days with the notice. So, but you have to be very sure about uh, all these are happening because they have 1,000 people coming to from India every day for a job here. So it's because of the availability of people. Okay. So that's why some you have to be very sure if you are getting into service companies, you have to be very clear with them about the contract, how many years of, how many, mostly they'll get contracts between 6 months to 1 year. So you'll be clear. I think someone should be on mute. So 12 months. If they say 3 to 6 months contract, you should be very cautious. Okay. If it is a product company, fine. But product company takes minimum 3 to 4 months for your offer. They'll not give you offer us immediately. So they'll try to. They have a lot of internal process and they give you the uh, what is it? This one offer, and it's extremely lucky to get a counter offer here. That's not at all possible mostly. So getting one offer, but you have to do a lot of due diligence. You can connect with me. I'll connect you with some right people. Sometimes internally, I know people in different banks, telcos, and other companies. So I can help you whether that team is, because recently one of my friend got a job. I told him don't go there. Your current company is better than the other one. So because of some work culture or the plan of the 2026 2025, even their internal employees are suffering. So I can honestly tell you all those things. So the job, there is no definitive time for getting a job. If it is a service, it takes 1 to 2 months. If it is a product company, because normally service companies, how they work is we'll send the profile to the people. So before that, we conduct one round of interview. Then the customer, we have to wait 2 3 weeks for the customer to come back. So once the customer is back, we'll schedule a customer interview. Then customer interview is scheduled. We'll send an SOW with all the salaries, whatever you need, along with the coverance, company's profits, and all of them will send. Then they take another 2 weeks to provide the purchase order. Okay. So once the purchase order is done, we onboard you. This is the process. Okay. So this is the common process here we follow, because to avoid the risk, companies don't onboard with you without purchase order. You have to wait during the time. If it is a product company, yes, they have to get a lot of approvals from their upper levels, and they ask multiple questions. They ask for an interview, another round, and other stuff. And give you an offer. So this is the normal thing. If it is a service company, 2 to 3 months minimum. It takes 2 months minimum. 6 weeks is more lucky for you. But if it is a product company, 2 to 8 months, even sometimes some people have taken 8 months for giving an offer. So it's weird. It's extremely weird for somebody from India because in 1 week, I know someone have got three offers, four offers. Then they say, oh, I got offer from this company. Give me 20% hike. No drama here. Okay. So can we switch jobs in UAE? Yes. See, normally when you come here in a job, you will be given a visa. There are three type of things now. 1 year validity visa, mostly 2 year default 2 years, but there are 3 years visa as well. And if you are changing a job, definitely your current employer will cancel your visa, and you will have 1 month buffer. Depends upon the Emirates. Some Emirates are giving 2 months buffer even. So then you will actually you have to apply visa through the new company. There are another few visa policies as well. If you are getting 30,000 plus as a basic in an employment, you can apply for golden visa. Which will be 10-year residence where you don't have to you depend on companies for processing visa. Otherwise, you can also take a free zone visa, which is approximately 2.5 lakhs to 2.7 lakhs for 2 years. Sorry, 1 year. You have to pay that and get your own visa. You'll be registering a free zone company where your visa will be on your company itself. These are also possible. For something like this, you can again reach out to me. So yes, you can switch a job, but the work visa will be different. The new company will give the visa. Someone was asking question about average to find a job in Saudi Arabia. Java, yeah, Java. Still many companies are using. So Java is the template, basic thing. So Java is good for you to get into a job. So salary range I have covered, cost of living and possible to get. You see, if you are coming here with work visa for work, the company have to provide you visa and labor contract. So visa and other things, dependent visa, yes, some companies do dependent visa. Service companies doesn't do it. But if you want to do a dependent visa, you have the visa centers here. You have to go and just do it in 1 or 2 days if you have your visa. So if you are getting computer engineer or other roles in the visa, it's very easy for you to get a job here. I mean visa here. In Shoya automation testing, it is there, and data testing is each and every companies are having data testers. So a lot of opportunities are there in data testing as well. Even we have outsourced few testers to the banks and telcos here. So next is Shiva. You mentioned about prophecy. Can you elaborate in the chat? So I'm a Azure data. Yeah, I already answered Rizwan's question. Data engine, data Azure, data architects. I told you right. Many companies are projecting themselves that they are using Azure, but within the books they are extremely slow. I mean, less. Service management, customer service manager. Yes, it is there, Guna. There are few opportunities for certain business areas like banking, insurance, healthcare, customer service management. You have to be very clear about what business area you can do, which means these roles are actually mostly taken by the service companies, and also some internal because these are being outsourced to the companies. So most of them are outsourced jobs. So you have to look for the service companies to get the job descriptions like this. How to apply jobs in UAE from India? Yes, Pankaj, there are a few websites like LinkedIn, Naukri Gulf, BAYT. I think I have shared, or I'll share a LinkedIn post about it maybe tomorrow about the list of other portals which are actually good to apply jobs in things. One second. What is the next question? Data scientist salary range. What is the salary range for TPM, PM, DM, and project management? Okay, we have recently 17-year PM. We are giving them 23,000 dirhams to 25,000 dirhams because of the what is it? Because of the customer costing. We were able to give up to 25. Actually, the negotiation went up to 25 recently with 17 years. If it is 12 to 14, again, similar, because this guy was taken for a role of 12 to 50, 14 only. So the production support engineer having 6 years, what is the skill? PSQL, PLS skills in this is the skill most of the companies needed here, Kiran. So SQL, PLSQL, Unix, Control M, these are basic things. And some cloud, you should also have a basic cloud things because to get a more upper hand actually. If someone gets 50 LPA in India, should we stay in India or can? Okay, if you are getting 50 LPA, you'll definitely be paying around 14 lakhs in India as a tax. So it's always good here. If you come with the same package, even you will save a lot of things here. So, but someone with 50 LPA can easily get something around 30,000 dirhams, which is 6.5 lakhs or to 7 lakhs in Indian cost, and then which comes around 75. So it is uh, not very wise to, I mean, see, it's again your choice. If you're happy in India, you can definitely stay. But comparing the salary between UAE and India, 50 LPA has tax, a lot of tax. But here, even if you take 50,000 dirhams, which is 12, 11,000 or 12, 11 lakh or 12 lakh, you don't have to pay any tax, no tax. That is the benefit here. Okay. Can you give some mapping like 16 LP in India? How much should ask in Dubai for family for 3 kids? With okay, see, 8 year experience. Yes, if it is, I told you right. If it is data science, you can get up to 22 to 25,000 dirhams. If you are a data engineer and other full stack engineer, DevOps and other stuff, 20,000 is nominal. 20 to 25,000, 20 to 23,000. For your 8 years. And if you are in security, data security testing and others, 15 to 18,000. So it's not about someone with a family or not. This is the salary. Okay. I don't want to underpay anybody, honestly. And if you have some offers, you discuss with me whether you are getting the average salary or underpaid salary. So this is something which more important. Okay. Uh, the next is what are the top mistake candidates? Okay, candidates with shorter job duration. Let's say somebody worked in TCS for 8 months, Cognizant for 7 months, and Wipro for 6 months. This kind of resume will not fly here. Okay, they look for the for someone who has actually longer, because recently I've seen people companies are saying that okay, I don't take such kind of profiles. Because we send some profiles to the companies and they say this guy has worked in 3 years, this guy has changed a lot of jobs. So if you have justification, but this is one way of rejecting it. So the next is a more kind of uh, like some resumes were being selected for a specific certifications. Some of them are kind of based upon the experiences with the similar industries. So mistakes, there is no. I mean, it's very straightforward. There is no specific mistake. The kind of a mistake levels. But bigger resumes, sometimes the customers are not. They are not now using all tools. So the tools clearly tell you that are you having a plaggart profile, or how many people with similar to your profile. So all these have been things. So it's all common. And you should have a shorter resume format. And don't think of. And if you are writing your resume on your own, you get more chances because this AI tools are actually uh, having a lot of testing. And if you are writing your own resume, formatting is fine, but the things and other stuffs, maybe use ChatGPT or Gemini, but write on. I mean, have a proper wording. Don't copy paste, because the plagiarism tool which I seen demo 2 months ago, it shows like how many profiles have same content actually. So forget about resume format, have a proper content on the resume. So I've done my certificate in AWS data security. Yeah, AWS wise, see, market share wise, on the cloud side, AWS has slightly lesser in UAE when comparing Azure. So see, and I strongly suggest that if you have one certificate, doesn't mean like you have to do the other. You already know the other as well. Just go through Azure and just format your resume in Azure style along with AWS. You'll have more opportunities, Sanjay. How to handle the ghosting? There will be an up. Oh yeah, this is common. Okay, who's that? Sharath. How to handle the ghosting? There won't be any update after the applying job. Sometime even after interview, getting interview. Yes, this is actually Even I also inform my team to not ghost anybody, because this is a not natural thing, because it's not like, if for one job posting, we receive 2,000 profiles. Okay. That's the reason why I went to this tool. And this tool has helped me to identify a shortlist 200 people. So I mean, there are two, three HRs, three, four HRs, 5, 10 HRs who handle it. It's very hard for them even. So that's the reason why this ghosting and having a proper stuffs are actually happening here. So you cannot avoid it as a receiver end. You cannot avoid this. So it is difficult, but you have to continuously send emails, and don't send them WhatsApp messages or WhatsApp calls. They irritate. They get irritated based because of this. So don't send WhatsApp and other things. Don't send personal messages. Send email. See you if you have somebody already in the CC, you just notify them as well 1 or 2 times. Otherwise, it's tough. Is 28K good for Doha location tech stack? Yes, it is good. Okay, they are providing residence visa to you and your family. They'll provide you, what is it, return flight ticket and insurances. This is good. 28K is good for Doha. What is the question next after that? Okay. What is the 28K question? Taking a contractor job is safe 6 2 months. Yes, it is. If it is. So that's what, again, if you have a contractor job on a specific bank kind of company, you let me know, because some banks are not safe. They say, some banks here are extremely uh, exposing themselves as professional, but internally, again, our Indian guys, same Indian politics are happening, and the C-level people mentalities are not great. Because of that, others are also taking a lot of reckless decisions. So you can ask me personally. That's not a problem. Searching for job after, yes, after April first week, you have to search for job, because I told you March is Ramadan and it will be slight slowdown. So what can you ask? Yeah, this is, should I, Arun, I already answered you. So how market for telecom BSS? Okay, telecom BSS architects are actually, I have one of my friend. So it is there, but it's very, very less numbers. These numbers are less. Schooling in UAE, yes, CBSE is here. Direct CBSE is here, Sonia. And you can have Hindi, English, Hindi, Tamil, Malayalam. I've seen second languages, Hindi, many schools are there. Tamil, I'm seeing in Sajad, Ajman, Malayalam, I could see. Telugu is there. So second language, even you can have the same thing, not like, uh, you know, you can feel the home here. I mean, like all these are common. And yes, enough playground and okay, weather-wise, yes. Now it is very fine. The temperature. What is the temperature here? From November, September or October to March or April, it will be good. So now it is 28 degree, and tomorrow there is a slight drop. So that's all common. But June, July, August is going to be hectic. The temperature will go high. Even if you are in again in north as well, the same thing in Chennai as well, that humidity goes up. So we are not. I mean, I don't feel extreme hot here. Whereas Kuwait and Oman, sorry, not Oman. Kuwait has extreme hot temperature, but here it's not. Yeah, I mean, like August it will be hot for the school, because August school will also be open. So there will be kind of temperature issues. But nowadays, even in India, we have the same. We have all those almost similar temperatures. So it's just like, but 6 months cool weather is there. So I mean, don't consider this as barriers. It's not. It's just like I don't know. Like every country, other countries are having snow, extreme snow. So everywhere you have these issues. So what is it? Top mistakes I told. Is your company okay? SAP, we are actually doing migrations. Uh, but SAP we have done, but now we are not focusing much on SAP, Subbu. But there are companies here. There are companies who are extremely doing SAP. How about tech delivery? Project managers? Yes, it is there. We even received few opportunities. for data delivery for full stack side. And okay, recently my friend who's looking for job as a tech project delivery, he got a lot of offers. But again, as I mentioned, if this guy is here in UAE, but he's looking. But if you are in India, yeah. So maybe whatever coming to me, I can refer. I'll post in LinkedIn. That's what I'm planning to do. I'm planning to post more job related things, even other companies who are posting, so that it will be help for the candidates. Is there any scope for market research candidate with 10 plus X experience forecasting? But this is only for the business, whichever business you have, whichever business you are aligned with it, that the salary remains different, because healthcare gives slightly better than bank on the research candidate, market research candidate, and telco pays extremely low. So that is again based upon which industry you are. 13 years cloud DevOps, you can definitely ask 25. So if it is service company, 23 to 25. Product company, you can ask up to 20 to 30,000 dirhams. I can trend. I have mode. Oh, where is that? I have noticed a trend where posting job. No, no, no. This is common, Manjunathan. This is very common here, because as I mentioned, I received 2,000 profiles. My team has received 2,000 profiles. So what could they do? The poor guys. Because everybody wants to get job here, and it's because of and it's very near, right? It's like going to Delhi from Bangalore. So something like that, and it's all full of you can talk the same language if you know Hindi, Tamil, Malayalam. It's all mostly most of the people talk all these languages. So it feels like a safety India, a safe India, something like that. How challenging is it for data engineer? 3 years experience. Okay, 3 years, Prasanta. 3 years, very less opportunities, because minimum the customers are asking us 5 years. We internally hire for some of our scope-based project 3 years, but not much. 3 years you get job, but compare when you are 4 5 years, you can get something. One okay. Ideal time to work is minimum at least you should like 2 years or something is fine. Uh, uh, 2 years if you have much if you have longer more small short career, then you have a problem. Otherwise, it's fine. And if you are here, this 1 or 2 years will fly like anything, because you take some time to get your driving license, settle here, and all those things take 6 7 months. First 2 years will fly like anything. Then you check whether you can you're willing to change the job. Some everywhere the toxic companies and toxic bosses are there, so it depends upon you again. Can we find no remote jobs, Sanjeev, now? No remote jobs in UAE, because the banks are actually setting up offices in India. There are some banks who are already in Bangalore, and there are banks coming up in Chennai and Bangalore, and there are the port companies are in Gujarat. Telcos are finding Hyderabad. So no remote jobs, not much when comparing India. I'm a data analyst having 4 years of experience, currently working on Google Cloud BI. Additional, okay. The Google Cloud and the BI, you will get opportunities in Saudi Arabia, because Google Cloud has more there. So comparing UAE, Saudi Arabia has more opportunity. And yes, this skill will definitely have opportunities. The call I've been recently laid off. I'm working with the big data testing and development. Yeah, definitely, Pankaj. I'll let you know. I'll also post it in the UAE, this LinkedIn as well. Oh, job. Okay, MSBI. Well, I mean, like MSBI, the power, this one SQL Server, SSIS, all these are still here, but not like there are few things which are migrated. Like 50% migrations are done. 50% customers are still using it. So this is again, you see any job opportunities. It will not be like. India, where you get 10 calls, 15 calls. Maybe you get one call a month again. It's again, you have to, the time it's not like immediately you get something here. It takes some time. Okay. That is the honest truth. Is that, okay. What data engineering Spark Scala, currently we moved to Prophecy, which is low code. Oh, Prophecy, low code tool. Okay. No, Prophecy doesn't have any, I don't think that has a market here. Maybe one or two companies, Shiva. PMP mandatory. Yes, yes, yes. PMP is mandatory. We have been asked to show the PMP certificate. So that is mandatory. The Azure Data Engineer, Data Factory. Yeah, man, as mentioned, Mukilan, Companies are not using extensively, but they are using it. But it's not like getting a job in India is much easier for this tax than the UAE, because many companies are some companies who are, and once you get into this job as well, you have to do a lot of things because you will be the first few engineers who do it. So you have to understand that. And then the demand is actually not very high. It's normal. It's less, I would say. Okay. So any other questions? See, cloud DevOps candidates, yes, you should be very good in Kubernetes, same normal DevOps thing. You should know about Azure DevOps, how it works. You should know about Docker, and you should know how to install certain things like Dremio, Min.io, other containerization on full stacks. It's all very straightforward. Nothing things here. Okay, immediate joining. Yes, Subbu, this is the right thing. And if you have 90 days notice period, don't ever think about UAE jobs. Okay, so I'm being extremely honest. We don't because that's no companies prefer it. Okay, they cannot say this explicitly, but it is the truth. 115 to up to 45 days companies are accepting, but 90 days, please no. Even in India, now most of the companies are not preferring 90 days. So honest answer. Project manager. That's what I told Nishanti. Project manager. We even hired a project manager recently, waiting for the onboarding. Like we even received few notifications from the banks and others about the project manager. This is for us. It's the fastest moving thing. But you should have proper PMP and all the certificates. You should know how agile and waterfall. Some recent one they asked waterfall actually. So it's again depends upon the organization. But this opportunity, project managers are having more demand here. But honestly, personal advice to the project managers and program managers in Europe and US, tools are there. Tools are coming up, and literally, five. They just project that okay, I don't need five program managers. I just need one or two with the tools. So this job is slightly at risk in future. Still, a human is needed, but you know about it, right? We were thinking human is needed everywhere, but some jobs have been taken out, but not immediately. Chennai bubble, oh man, it's extremely bad here. Somebody who doesn't have a proper quality data talking about Chennai, and they just want some solutions to be there just for them to showcase in the Middle East banking conference or a Middle East AI conference. They want to say, oh, I'm using Chennai. That bubble is still there. But if you ask their existing data lake, they doesn't have proper data lake. They'll have same table replicated at four places, and they doesn't know they have similar reports taking data from five different tables, which are again same tables. So these regulations and governance are extremely bad here, data governance, which means you have a great opportunity here, but because of the poor data governance which are here, so. AI, Gen AI bubble and agentic. Even now, people started talking about agentic AI as well. So I'm currently project manager. I'm told, okay, .NET. Yes, this same similar profile, .NET profile we hired actually. What was what thing to get hired by local IT company in Dubai, putting contractor for one of the leading bank like project contract work culture. It depends upon the bank. See, most of the contract companies doesn't bother about their things. Let's say very few companies they have regular meetup, but most of the contract company act as a payrolling company where they don't bother about you. They'll just provide you insurance and a flight return ticket. Sometimes most of the companies based upon the customer's preference, they'll give you family visa as well. Sometimes you have to do your family visa. But culture is depends upon the customer. So whichever we work for ENBD, Mashreq, CBD, it's the culture of them. These guys doesn't have much influence to say, oh, don't treat my employee like this. No, it's again you have to adopt the culture. It depends. That's why I ask people to reach out to me and ask the question about the company. I can give some feedback about okay, XYZ team is not so good in the past, something like that. I can show. Yeah, Pankaj, you have some question? Yes. Hello. Okay. So that's what work culture and all those things depends upon your what is it, the base company, the company where you get contract. The contract companies doesn't influence you. Any other questions? So if you are, can I DM you? Yes, you can DM me. You have my LinkedIn. You can DM me. Yes, but maybe I take 1 day to respond, 1 or 2 days. Uh, so that's why I'm planning to form a I don't say it is a cohort. It's a quorum of people where I'm planning to provide guidance where I spend some time one to one with, let's say, recently I've done it to almost 20 people, where some of them are actually very confident after that, and some of them started getting to next level of interview, which I feel very happy. So most of them are my friends, so they were extremely demotivated. So the problem for most of the demotivations are not knowing the reality. So the realities are actually not been known to them. So when they know the reality, positive or negative, they are now ready to face it. So this is the problem. They have paid 1 lakh for some courses, 6 months they have learned and they felt nothing out of it. And some of them have actually very good profile, very good experience. You ask them any question in SQL, they are the best, but they feel like they doesn't know Spark. Man, SQL, you are one of the best base very well. Learning Spark is very straightforward, or getting it is very straightforward. All these are something which, when someone says, and when someone boosts the confident, yes, they are much happy. Okay, so leave policies, yes, 1.5 days leave, and some companies doesn't allow you to carry forward the leave next year. You have to take it the same year, but some companies even allows 30% to 40% of the leave to be carry forward. And salary wise, yes, you have your basic salary should be paid within 14th, because there is a rule called what is it? WPS, wage protection system, where government checks the organization if they're paying so those are now very straightforward. So how much salary we can expect a data engineer? 12 years data engineer, I mentioned Mohammed in my previous LinkedIn post itself, like 12 year in the sense 23 to 27 in service and 25 to 30 in product. Transition, what is the transition? Transition project manager and data related to, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, it's possible, but you should have your base properly covered. I mean, the SQL and other stuff. Data scientist, machine learning, I would say that you should have this, at least the term Gen AI in your resume, because these crazy people are still, they doesn't want somebody who has very good in statistics, because the interviewer doesn't know how to ask statistical questions. They are just hiring someone crazy and then failing it. So if you have a proper data scientist profile with one or very good use cases and other stuff, that will fly. uh, you know, but add some Gen AI things, because the first level filter, those guys doesn't have knowledge about data scientists. They just think, okay, Gen AI is the far great things. Common. Okay, so yeah. Thank you very much. I think it's was some question. Okay, great. Anything else, guys? You can ping me in LinkedIn. Maybe I take 1 or 2 days to respond, but I mostly try to respond. Notice period suggestion. Yes, 2 months is still not a comfortable for HRs here to accept, Mahmood. So 45 days, 1 month to 45 days are honestly good. Great. I'm going to close the session. Thank you very much. Anything else, you can message me in LinkedIn. Okay. Have a happy weekend. Bye.
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 Thanks, Navin. Happy weekend.
Yep.
Thank you. Happy weekend.
Yep.
Thank you.